Hello, hello, hello. This is your man, Nicholas Shepherd from the Shepherd Family Enterprise L.L.C, Business Administration and Information Systems Consultants. And what we are doing today, we are continuing our client-based processes. And this is August the 6th, 2024. And those of you that are new, I really recommend that you go to our initial business courses, the Project Management Database System, PMDS, go from the very beginning. Those of you that are knowledgeable about the Access database and have been with us off and on, you can go ahead and go back and review the different databases that we have. Um, but all in all, um, you can always stay with us just to see what we have to offer and what we're doing. And if you feel like you're a little confused about what we have done and what we have put together, you can always go back to the um, our previous YouTube videos and um, you can learn more about it. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to show you exactly the playlist you may want to look at first. Those of you who are just joining us, and then we will start working on some of our other activities. Okay. All right, so first things first, let me, and you can get this information here at this website. And it's basically our project managed database system, training level 1 for beginners, part 1. We have 15 videos that we have here that you can go through. You can go through them at your leisure to find out exactly what our whole process is and what we're trying to do in order to maintain the integrity of our system and our customers. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go back to our main database system. Okay. And what I found out about, and this is something I came across like many months ago. Sometimes whenever you're looking at the screen or the video, it may be kind of blurry. Some of you may know already, some of you may not. Depends on what type of level of YouTube understanding you have. You go to the quality and increase the quality of the video, okay, and it clear it up. All right. Sometimes it's automatically set at auto, but if it seems to be more blurry, just go to quality, go to this tools, go to quality, and then increase the quality of the video. Okay. All right. So that is something that I observed. All right. So up to this level today, all right, and in our project management database series, we are viewing the customer bill screen, all right, the verify and bill customer account screen. And what we are doing today is we are trying to, or what we're doing, we are uh, engaging a customer, right, that we have already created. And now we are at the stage where we want to update the customer worksheet and update the customer service request. All right. So what we have done so far is we have created a couple of queries. This is our update statement right here. All right. And what we want to do is we want to make sure once we do this update based on these two tables right here, because that's our update. We already did the update on the previous I did an update on the previous query, right? So in our previous query that we was working with, we did to append, all right? We already did append to this table, all right? And then what we did after that, we we're doing updates. So we're going to do updates to um, our customer accounts. All right. Uh, um, our customer accounts uh, uh, form, and we're also going to do it to um, our corporate level table as well. Okay. So so where we at now is that we want to make sure that the data that we have is what we need. Okay, so we know that this information right here. Okay, we have um, let me see, we have here. Okay, we have the order number here. Okay, all this is not set at this particular time. Um, we want to ensure the data that we have is relevant to what we need. All right. So all this information will have to be input here. Okay. We have the manager approval. This right here is for the project information, which we haven't got to that stage yet. Um, then we have the account manager, which is myself. Um, I'm the person that actually engages and evaluate the customer information. And then I will put in here exactly what where I want this to go. Okay. All right. So what I want to do, not only in this, I would like to add another um, uh, um, um, drop down. Okay, to this. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go. All right. Go back to design view. This is a table. I'm gonna go back to this table, customer accounts table, and I'm going to add that um, field, right, that we was looking at, and the account manager's decision, right, and the accounts manager decision, and this is not evaluated. I want to put in here still in administrative review, okay, all right, pending administrative review, all right, account. Let me see how so it knows the account manager, okay. Account manager approval needed, something like that, you know what I'm saying? So account manager review. So I say account manager reviewing. All right, so I can say account manager reviewing, account manager approval. All right, so we're gonna go back here. Um, let me see. Let's see back here. Customer account. So we're gonna say temp table. I'm gonna pause this while I'm doing this. Okay, so we're gonna do now. We're gonna look at. I made the adjustment. I'm gonna look at. Go here. Okay, so it's already open. So I got to close this table. Close this. All right, so go back to this query here. Go here, and I want to look and see if it did what I wanted to do because I added another drop down to this. We go to the account manager. Account manager approval, and we'll see if this come down. All right. Account manager approval. I gotta close this out. What's this? Close this out. I don't want to save it. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to this design view. See account manager approval. Then the account manager review. Okay, so we'll save this. Come out of this. Go back to create query. Right, put this down, and I just want to make sure. Okay, I want to see if it put that field in there. Okay, so we're gonna run the query, go down to account manager approval, right, and see that it grab it. All right, pending account manager review. So what we're gonna do here, okay, once it goes to this form here, all right, and we're gonna do an update. All right, once we do our update, we're gonna make sure that this whole process is based on the account manager's review. All right, so this whole process um, will be engaged pending the, and we're gonna go back to the form here. We know that if we open this form here, okay, save it, all right? Form view, go ahead and search, and everything be based on what? This is account manager. Was account manager, account manager, account manager. Account manager, account manager. Okay, that might be in a different form. Let's see. This is pending admin review. Okay, and the next one would be account manager, right? Which is another form. All right. This right here is just a build administrator, okay, to see if we can get this person um, a customer account number. All right. But the person will have, once we engage that, that's on the corporate sector, which we have not really gotten to at this particular time. But we'll get there. All right. So what we're going to do here, go back to the form, design view, and we know that this whole process will be based on what account manager, um, what they actually want to do with this whole process. Okay. So at this point right here, we're going to go ahead and do this process, right? We're going to go to this update statement. We're going to look at the update statement, and we're going to make sure that this whole trigger, right, is based on one thing, and the thing is going to trigger is pending account manager review, right? All right, so all right, selection. All right, so that selection, right, will trigger this update, right, to move forward. Okay, so I'm gonna put this on pause. I'm gonna go through some other things. All right, to do a little bit more research, and then I'm gonna come back so that we can move on to the next stage. Okay, so what I have discovered on this whole process here, there are two tables, right, that we're going to be engaging. That's the temp table master client customer worksheet table and the customer accounts table. All right. And what happens is that once we initiate the whole process in the database, of course, we have ID numbers that we associate with tables and update, append that information or that record to tables to indicate that this record is going through a process. And the last step of this would be to update the new pending account ID in the client customer worksheet to the ID of the customer account. This right here will trigger to let them know that anything that is associated with this particular table in this account has been locked, and also we will set it to the pending customer account. I mean accounting manager's review. Okay, so that is the next step that we're working on, and once we have done that, I'll come back and we will continue to work on the query, test the query to make sure this information has been done in this update statement. And then once this has done, we're going to the next step. Okay, so what we have done so far, I made a couple of modifications to this query. And basically, I'm going to run this update query in the form and see exactly what it actually have done. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and close out this query and close out some of these other. I might leave these open just to see what the update was all about. I don't need that anymore. Okay. So the only thing I really need is this form here. Okay, which I'm going to be running the update. Okay, so I want to see if the updates on this form reflects on the customer form. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and click this button, see what happens. Fingers crossed. Okay, I'm about to run update query. It says I'm about to update 2 rows. I don't know why it's updating rows. Okay, running query update to conduct that. About to the table, yes. Okay, I'll update 1 row. Okay, so what we want to do now, okay, go ahead and put this back in design view. What we want to do now, we want to look at the customer accounts. All right, we're gonna look at the customer accounts form, right? And back here and see what it looks like. Okay, so go back. Okay, go up, because we are looking for the table that we were working with. I mean, the form was working with. To see if it sent that change back to the form itself, the initial form that we was working with. Okay, so I can look at the table, but I want to look at the form. Where are you? This form here. Again, keep our fingers crossed. See what happened. Open the form. All right, and the query you really want to see. I'm going to take this off. Let's see what's here. Cancel. We want to go to I think it's the 5th one. Okay. So we want to see something. Well, there's only one indication we want to see. Okay, we want to see the status, right? of this whole process. Let's see what happened here. That. So green status, customer account status, none. Okay, which is normal. Okay, account action. I don't think I put the account action in there. Okay, the account action is supposed to be, well, let's see, maybe. Not supposed to be move forward. So let me go back. We see what we need to see. See, no, this has been updated today. It's been updated by customer build administrator. Marshall, create customer account. The next step, assign order number, product number. So we go back again. I'm just trying to review some information. Go back again to see assigned order number. I know what I did. Okay, in this okay, I'm gonna look at this query. Oh, look at this query. It actually updated this. All right, which is good. This only table really updated. Probably updated two, but I'm not worried about that right now. I'm gonna look at this table here. I know what is supposed I had done. I'm gonna go back to the query itself and see if I made that adjustment to this query. Go down here. So this happened, okay? But what I want to do is I'm going to go back to the form and see if, so all this is good. This is looking good here. Okay, and on this particular, and this, all right, it's good. But pre-approval project, this one thing was I think was supposed to be set, but I didn't set it inside of the when I did the query. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go back to this. I'm gonna go back to the query itself. Okay, go back to the query itself. With event, sorry, the event. Go back to this query. That's the query that it was supposed to have been doing the update. I think it did something here too, but I'm not worried about that right now. Okay, so I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna look at the query. And I think I know what I left out. Okay. Because we have all this information. And yep, I didn't do it. Okay, so what I was supposed to do that I didn't do. Okay. Um, all right. So in here in this table, I was supposed to update a field. Okay, so I did that. Group name. There's no group name yet. Okay, did that. Um, order number signed. Order number use date. That's a trigger. That trigger's not working. Um, project number. No set number. Project not funded. Service agreement. Um, account status. Account status. Um, mm, account action. Sub account not created. Uh, account status is none. Okay, and account status in here, I was supposed to put pending, you know, that person's review. Okay, I didn't put that in there. So on this, um, in this update, where is it? Query. Okay. Um, account status. It's down, 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 down. I think it's this right here. I gotta make sure. I think it's that account status. I didn't put created by either. Mm, that's not right, but that's okay. It's a test. Okay, move forward. Next step, account. Account status. Okay, I'm supposed to account status. So in here, account status. Right? Make sure that's right, man. Account status. Account status on. Yeah, account status. So account status on here, account status. so account status, update to where is it? Account status supposed to be pending account manager review. Okay, verify and build customer account screen. This whole process will be engaged pending review. Okay, so go here, go back to here, to pending. Okay, it's right here. All right. Okay. Ouch. So that would be pending this right here. So this is that. I'm looking at this. Look at this. This 12. Why did it do 2 for? This where this ID is this. This whole update has been based on the form, right? Well, customer form customer ID. That's this form ID, right? Form ID. Form ID equals form ID. Is that right? Yeah. Form ID equals. Oh, I should have done that. Something else. Let's see, what restriction should I have? Which restriction I should have put on here? I should have put another restriction on here. This and this. And account. Let's see. Put this here. No pending ID. Let's see. Both of these have 6. This right here shouldn't be here. Okay, that's for the reason. And service group ID. Service group ID. What is 11? It's 11. 11 here. This is. What's 11? Put this ID.
Daddy,
Yeah.
are you busy?
Did you see what I'm doing, Nikki?
Yeah, I was texting Uncle Reggie. This is what he sent me.
What you? What you? Or have to say the number. Do you ride bikes? He relax. He is very careful about everything. Right? He also blow things out. Always okay. So start by to get into attitude. That's what to do. What are you talking about, Nikki?
He said start with a 125cc and get you to write it too.
Nikki,
But I told him like,
Nick, I rode a motorcycle. I had a motorcycle.
yeah.
You know, it ain't like I don't know how to ride it. I just choose not to, because the situation. Okay, Nikki. So 11, 6, 12. This right here. The What's this? Look, where is this? Violation. I'm not gonna go all that. But it'll updated one record. Okay, so that's all I'm worried about. I don't know why I changed both of the 6, but hey, whatever. Thing, that, corporate, that, did that's best. Okay, that's I don't know why I did this. So what I'm gonna do on this other one, I'm just gonna take this 6 out. Take this out. Okay. Um, okay. Right. 6 should be gone. Okay. 0 there. Alright, so I should do that again. Okay. Okay, so that's the end of it. All right. So I'll get with you possibly tomorrow, and we should go over some more strategies. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, and thank you for your patience. Hello, hello, hello. This is your man Nicholas Shephard from the Shepherd Family Enterprise Business Administration and Information Systems Consultants. Um, and this series of what we're about to do right now is basically what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a voiceover. I'm gonna make this pretty quick. I don't want to go too long because I am going to talk more about what's going on in our next portion. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to run this clip, and I'm gonna try to talk through it a little bit. Okay. So stand by. For a couple of things. Basically, what I want to do is ensure that a lot of the data that we have been working with in the past couple of months, if it's up to par. Okay, so what we're going to do first, we're going to be looking at a document here for this month, and this is it is August the 5th today. I started this about 11 o'clock. I've been going through it. And I was kind of like rearranging some of the number sets and stuff like that because it was kind of screwed up and everything like that. But I kind of fixed them. All right. But here and there, what we're going to do, what we were looking at previously was looking at this customer bill form here and this table. And what it is that we want to make sure that once we click a design view, once we click this button here, and we'll go to form view, and we're gonna go to let's look for, first of all, let's see if we can look at the order number. Let's see if we can find the order number first. Okay, so we're gonna go back here. Yeah. So what we're going to do basically in this whole process right here, we're going to go ahead and fast forward just a little bit because a lot of information that we are discussing in this particular database, what we're doing basically, um, we are actually going through a couple of things, and um, what we have accomplished to this point. Um, we are just trying to ensure that the information that we have is pretty much related to what's in our document. In our document, we have here, we have a couple of things that we were trying to do, and basically, like I say, it's in our next series, so I don't want to go too far advanced. In this particular process, what we were doing, we were creating an append statement. Okay, and within the append statement, we wanted to update two tables. All right, we wanted to update the Tim Table Master customer accounts, a table where the accounting manager would actually, or the persons that actually dealing with creating an account, can put the data in the appropriate table so that we can start the process of initiating what we need in order to implement this customer. Okay, so this table here, the new pending customer accounts table, this is where everything is basically is initiated, and from here we will use this table as a tool, all right, to make sure that anything that's in this table replicates what we need in order to process the data that we need. Okay, so um, there's three steps, okay, in this process. The first step is engaging the customer. Second step is initiating the customer process. And the third stage is creating a project associated with this customer and get this customer, this potential customer, to be a paying customer. All right. So those are the three steps that we're trying to engage. So once we engage the customer, we want to make sure that whoever we're talking to are the persons that make the financial decisions of this whole process. Okay, because once we book the customer, we engage the customer, and we create the different um, triggers and checks and balances to ensure the customer is in line of our objective and we are aligned with their objective. We want to get the customer paying. Okay, engage in some type of financial obligation to our customer clients and to us, so that we can complete their project and successfully create whatever system or objective they are trying to pursue with our help. Okay. Now, you also have to understand, whenever you're working with a customer, okay, on any type of project, you must understand the fact that they're calling out to you because they don't have the time internally to deal with themselves. They need some professionals that can quickly resolve the situation, fix the situation, come up with a plan, organize it, implement it, and roll it out, okay, in the least time available. All right. That is very important. All right. So you have to have the staff in place to ensure these processes take place. Okay. So, as I'm going through this document that we are looking at here, okay, we want to make sure that these steps are being initiated, okay, and we want to make sure that as we process these different queries associated with this process, and this is in your project managing document, okay, and this document is very essential to success of your project, right? And like I say, those of you who just not joining us, I would really advise you to go back to our initial beginning of the project management database system, how we started working with that. I have videos with pertaining to that, but we are more on an advanced stage of the project managing tool. This process is just an ideal. Access database is what we are actually working on right now. You can work with any tool out there utilizing these strategies. Okay, you don't have to use this per se, but this is a tool that we use because we have mastered this concept, and we utilize this tool because it worked for our company. Okay, and we run reports, we run financial statements, we do all these things here. All this stuff is internally. We do use outside systems to do other factors, but this right here is a self-contained system that we need to work with in order to get things moving successfully. Okay, so the whole purpose of this process is basically to initiate a step, right? Which is basically go back, if I can catch it. Uh, let's see. That's not it. I can go to the form itself, okay, but the whole initial process of this thing here is, once I click, right, this update client customer worksheet, update customer service request, and like I say, there's a couple of things that I want to take place when I do this. And I went through a lot of the studies, and I went through a lot of different qualification, the qualifiers in this, and um, I come up with a solution. I started testing this theory, and as I tested this theory, what I did, I just, basically got a couple of tables that I developed and kind of joined them based on the criteria that I want them to meet. And once I did that, I ran the query to see if the results match what I felt that need to be viable to update a specific record. Okay, so once I have done that, um, and I seen that the information that I was actually um, trying to implement was actually active. What I did basically, I basically what I did, I just created another query pertaining to what I wanted to see, um, and continue the process. Okay, as you see here, the service group table. I want to make sure that the customer accounts table, that is the table that we use in order to um, initiate the process of the customer's account, to implement, do our evaluation to see if all of these, if this particular customer is viable to what we want. And in order for me to do that, I want to make sure that the customer ID number matches what the initial process was. And I'm trying to do all the checks and balances in this process to make sure that there's no problem when I engage a specific record. Now, you also have to understand is that while you're doing this, you want to make sure that the record you're updating on the form is the same record that's in the table, okay, that you're trying to update. All right, when you do your update. All right, so that is very important. Once this has happened, then you know that you are doing what you expected the database to do. Okay, so that's very important. All right, but you have to do a lot of analysis, research analysis. Look at the table. It is time consuming. You have to do a lot of research. You have to keep looking at it. It's going to some of you it may be boring and long staking and troublesome, but this is what project managers and system analysts does. All right, you understand? But we're doing the work for you, so you don't have to do this. All you got to do is run the application, and the application will produce the results that you want. All right. This is what we're doing with the project management database system that we have developed. And as soon as we finish all the different details of this, the first thing we're going to do, we're going to roll out as a network system, web-based system that we control. And of course, with your donations and your contributions, we can bring in more qualified IT individuals who are more of an expert in this field so that they can help us move this whole process forward. Okay? Okay, as you see here, looking at our database information here, everything is lining up, all right? Everything's lining up the way we want to see it. This right here is project funding status pending admin review. Um, that is the basis of it. We also want to look at um, what's going on within the the customer table, right, or a customer form. So we're going to do. We also want to look at. Let me see. We also want to look at this customer accounts, administrative requests, business operations service. Okay, this right here, we can come out of this, all right, because we don't need that anymore. But what we do need, we need to find out, all right, we need to find out whether or not um, this other form is relevant to what we need to do. So, what I'm basically saying, once we have established the fact that um, our initial form, our client's form, has been engaged, and we know that this whole process of the form being engaged is based on what we want to see. We want to make sure that that whole process is being identified, right? So what I'm going to do, that's not right. So what I want to do, basically, I'm going to look into our clients form. Go down to our clients form. Where are you? I shouldn't have to go all the way down like that. And we looking for our clients form. So the next thing we're going to do, we want to review the initial customer service screen, all right, the client customer screen, and we're going to make sure that the data that we're looking for is relevant to what we're trying to do, okay? So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to start off the beginning form, all right? Design view, open a form view. Okay, we got the order. We need to go ahead and get the order number. What's the order number? Custom business custom ID. Okay, we get the order number here. So we're gonna go look for the order number. Get the order number, right? We'll look at this. We know this. We see this. Okay, so what we want to do, we want to make sure that the information that we're looking for lines up with whatever we are looking for. Okay, so we're gonna go down here, customer account status. Um, we need to the customer account status. We need to make this. We need to put the customer account status to pending review. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we'll go back to the design view. All right, we know that the count status, right, in this particular query, in our update query, in this form, has to mimic what we need done. All right. So, and that can be based on, like I say, once we click this button here. All right. So, we're going to look at the update statement again. Okay, to make sure those factors are in place before we begin our update. Okay, go down, 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 down. We got a pin. 16 up here. So this is what we want to do. Oh, let's review this with your series. Triggered when the update, client customer, blah, 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 blah. So this right here, want to make sure this query is doing what it's supposed to do. So what we want to do, we want to go back to not this screen, right? Want to go back here because this is one of the tables that need to be updated within this process. Go here. We're going to be updating the client customer screen. We'll go to that query, the update statement. here, go back here. Go to design view, want to make sure, right? What was initially looking at or monitoring, want to make sure this screen, okay? Like I said, we're going to look at this. Want to make sure that this field, right? Go here, here, here. Um, project condition. Was it customer account status? We want to say this, the customer account status right here. So we're going to do, go back here, look at the customer account status. We want the customer account status to, in our update statement, we want the account status to um, show that we are implementing this, right? Okay, account status. Um, this going to have pending account customer view, right? Now the thing is, do we want this? We want updated to whatever's in this screen here, right? So let me go here and I'm going to view this um, form. Go here and we'll look at this and want to see, so the project funder status, right? Project funded status, right? We want to make sure that record, project funder status, in this update statement, project funder status, and this. Let me see, do we already have it already? Okay, project funder status. Where's the project funder status? So we're going to say the project funder status equals and it's updated to the project, the funder status in our form. Okay, so we're going to go ahead, we're going to grab that. Okay, we're going to close this out, right? Make sure it's indicated in our document. Okay, so project funder status. All right. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna run this query. We're gonna open up this form again. Run this. All right. We said project funding status pending admin review. We're going to run this update statement. Okay. And we're going to see if this form initiated that whole process. Okay. We'll run this again. And we want to see the project funding status if it changed. Go here, go to part 2. Part 3. We just want to see if this is going to have the information we needed. Okay, project funded status. Now it didn't populate that field. So we're going to go back to design view. Go here, design view, and run this query again. I'm going to find out what's going on with this record. Okay, so we need to figure out why is that's happening. Okay. Okay, let me do a little research and then let me do a little more research and I'll get back with you. Okay, so what we had to do basically is that we wanted to make sure when we did this update, we wanted to make sure that the information that was being held in the bill count, customer account bill administrator, reflected um, where the customer account is at the particular time. Okay, so what it is that um, we want to make sure that all the information pertaining to this customer is relevant to what we needed. Okay, so number one is we wanted to update the customer client worksheet and update the customer service request. All right, so we're going to make sure both of them are in sync. Okay, but the first thing we want to do, we want to make sure that the client customer worksheet, all right, is um, up to par, right? So what we're going to do here is we want to make sure that this particular form is uh, reading what we needed. Okay, so we're gonna go back because I want to make sure we are on sync. All right, so what we want to do once we the consultant or the project manager look at this, he want to find out the status. He don't have to go off to the database or anything like that. He want to see what is the status of this account right now, okay, and whether or not it has been updated. Okay, so what he want to do is he will come here to the client worksheet and it says the customer account status is pending account manager review. All that does is just let him know that the account manager is still researching what is needed for this customer to be active. Now they can contact this person to find out what's going on, whoever the account manager is, and find out where they are with it, anything like that, what they're looking for. And once they do that, they can say, okay, well, when do you think that this whole process will be, on go. Um, and then they can actually explain them those situations as well. Okay. So right now, we will be waiting on the next phase of this process. And the process that we be waiting on is for actually getting with uh, the customer, okay, the accounting manager or the accounting section will be getting involved and to find out exactly what the funding is like, okay. So that will be our next stage of our processes. And once we have accomplished that, then we will move on to the accounting phase to make sure that everything that we need in order to engage this customer is in place. Okay. All right. So thank you very much and see you in our next session. And again, don't forget to donate to our Cash App and our PayPal account, either or, so that we will continue to get funding for all of our projects, and we can bring on more clients and be able to continue the training that we're doing right now so that you can get more information and be able to create new ideals so that you can lock in and keep your customer base in line of your objectives. Okay. All right. Thank you very much.